What's up, guys? Eli here, back for a new stuff video, all DVD, well, DVD, Blu-ray. I don't think there's any 4K stuff here. Yeah, there's a little 4K. I'm not really collecting 4K yet, but a lot of the 4Ks come with like a Blu-ray disc, so I acquired them, by default. I used to do these videos a lot more frequently. Lately, I haven't done any for a while, so I have a lot of movies that I've picked up over the last. This is like, it's not a real long time. This is probably 2 months. I've been kind of thinking with the change to my channel, over the last few months, I've been thinking of how to spread this out. I think I might just do like a monthly collection update video, if you will. I call them new stuff videos because I gotta be different. But yeah, I think once a month would be cool. So this is probably 2 months worth of stuff. So it's a little much. I don't know if I'm going to go through all of it. We'll just see how long this is, and I'll just stop when I feel like stopping. So anyway, got some really cool stuff. I'm not sure exactly what each and every one of you are interested in, but this is stuff that I'm interested in. There's even some standard DVD stuff. I'm still old school like that. If I find something, out in the wild, it's standard DVD and it's a good price, I don't have it. It's not something I really care about owning a super nice copy. I just want to watch the movie. I'll still pick up standard DVD stuff. And you got to remember, some movies never even got a Blu-ray release. So most stuff has by now, but not everything. Anyways, it's enough talking. We'll start with I think this is actually the only 4K movie I have here. We'll start with that. I had to get this. Oddly enough, I've never seen this movie. I've known about it for probably 20 years, maybe more. We're talking about the new Criterion Trainspotting. I'm definitely a fan of Danny Boyle. I like what he did with I love 23 Days Later. Who doesn't? So I've heard stuff about this movie over the years. British movie about, I don't know a whole lot about drug use and probably other stuff. It's got a great cast. Always wanted to see it. Now I have the chance. I've never had a release like this, by the way. It's like a digipack. So this came out in 1996. Just to let you know. And if you're watching this, you're probably like, dude, we know what Trainspotting is. So I'm not going to pretend that I know more than I do because, like I said, I don't. But this is a nice release. Criterion. I don't know if I said that. Who doesn't like a good Criterion release? You got the 2 discs, Blu-ray and 4K, and you got a nice booklet, as Criterion is known to do. Pretty thick, I'm definitely going to go through this because I don't know, like I said, I don't know that much about this film, other than what I've heard over the years. So yeah, Trainspotting, you're probably shaking your head like, how have you not seen that? But I will say, so this came out in 96, so I was 13, I was 14 in 96. I was watching, 96, I was watching like action films, pretty much action films and comedies. I had not really got into horror yet, but yeah, it was mostly action and comedy, mostly mainstream stuff. I was obsessed with film as a teenager, but I wasn't watching like the real deep stuff like Trainspotting. A movie like that, I don't think I would have appreciated back in 96. So the right time is now. Can't wait to see it. And we just got a stack of random Blu-rays here, like one that I've been meaning to see for a while. Don't Breathe. This is, I think, the second film by Fede Alvarez. Don't correct me if I'm wrong. First or second movie. I was really impressed with what Fede Alvarez did with his Evil Dead remake. Awesome. Blew me away. I still watch that to this day. It's way fucking better than Evil Dead Rises. So I can't wait to see more from him, starting with this. And I know he's got stuff in the works, so hell yeah. Thought I'd grab Predators just to, to add to my Predator collection. I never did own this. I'm a huge fan of the first 2 films. So when this came out, it didn't do anything for me. I really didn't like it. Since then, though, I've seen some praise for it, and I've had people say, like, you got to revisit it. So I did revisit it, and it's still, I think I liked it more this time around, but still not that great. It's a decent watch, but you could easily skip it. And what's funny is I always thought that Robert Rodriguez directed it. I didn't know that he just had his name attached to it. He produced it. I thought he directed it. It was directed by Nimrod. Nimrod Antal. I've never heard of that person. I would hate for my name to be Nimrod. I guess it's kind of cool. Anyways, Predators. It's all right. It's all right. It's not great. It didn't. It's not really. I don't know. It's not really doing that much for me. Like, it's one of those movies that this could have been a good sequel had it came out back like right after the first Predator movie. This would have been a cool sequel to that. But coming out so many years later, I think it's just passable at best. And here's another movie that I thought was okay when it came out. It didn't blow me away like it did for a lot of people. So I figured I needed to rewatch it. Found a nice copy for a really cheap price. So we're talking about Logan. I am a huge comic book fan, and I'm a huge fan of Wolverine. So again, I really appreciated how it was rated R. That was awesome. Everything involving Wolverine should be rated R, but unfortunately it all isn't. However, I would really like to watch this in the black and white version, which you get here. It's called the Logan Noir, which is cool. So when I do watch it again, I think I'll watch it in black and white. See if that does anything different for me. So it's pretty cool. Get that extra disc there, and it comes with this little packet here. I mean, stuff like this is cool. It's not like I'm going to do anything with it, but get these little cards. Cool pictures of Wolverine, and if you turn them around, they basically make a poster. But I mean, you'd have to like tape them together or something. I don't know what use these would be for most people, but I mean, it's cool. I love stupid little extras like that. Who doesn't? I'm a collector idiot. Then we've got I always assumed this was a Japanese film, directed by Gareth Evans. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I see Asian people on the back. Anyways, it doesn't really matter. I've heard great things about this series. I don't know how many movies are in the series. I think there's at least 2 or 3. You tell me. I'm not a huge action movie fan these days. When I was a kid, that's almost all I watched. But I've heard that these movies are just so damn good, you have to see them. So I got the Raid Redemption. I don't know where this falls in the series, if this is the second one or third or the first. I don't know. Unrated edition. I've heard these are just genre-defining action films, which is cool to me because, in my opinion, the genre-defining action films are of the 80s and maybe early 90s. So for something to come out, for a modern action film to be placed among the upper echelon of action films, I gotta see it. And as I've been becoming a big fan of Mike Flanagan, just one of the best horror directors out there right now, I don't know how I let this one pass me by. Fuck, Dr. Sleep. I guess when it came out, I just thought it was gonna suck. What can I say? I am a fan of The Shining. It's not one of my favorite horror movies because I was really, really late to it, but I definitely like it. I definitely appreciate it. And yeah, can't wait to watch it. A recent film came out last year. The DVD only just came out, I think, a couple of weeks ago, something like that. Suitable Flesh. I'm a huge H.P. Lovecraft fan. He's my favorite writer. And this is based off one of his stories. I don't remember which one. I don't remember if he has a story called Suitable Flesh. I've read all his stuff, but I don't always remember the titles of his short stories and stuff. So, man, you got Barbara Crampton here and Heather Graham. I haven't seen Heather Graham in so long, so I'm really, really excited to see her, and I'm always excited for Barbara Crampton. Directed by Joe Lynch. Barbara Crampton, I think, yeah, she produced it. Yeah, I can't wait to see it. And another horror movie I've been wanting to see for quite some time, so thanks to Scream Factory for putting this out. I think they put this out a while ago, but whatever. Better late than never. From 1981, we've got Ghost Story. I haven't heard a whole lot about it. I've just heard it's a great, great underrated horror film. And everyone needs to see it. Got a reversible cover, which is cool. Scream Factory doesn't always do that, so I appreciate the hell out of that. I am a sucker for the reversible covers, man. Another fan favorite classic I've never seen. I've always wanted to get into this series. Spanish horror films, if I remember correctly. Tombs of the Blind Dead. Via Synapse Films. I like how they did the black case instead of your standard blue. I like when when these companies give you like a different color case instead of, again, instead of the standard blue. Because why not? You know, I've seen red ones, I've seen black ones, I think I've seen yellow. Look, I think different colors. I think it'd be cool to, you know, if companies did it more often. So, anyways, always wanted to see the movies from this series. I don't remember how many are in the series. I know there's a few of them. Yeah, I guess I'll start here. And as Full Moon likes to do from time to time, you know, kind of re-releasing foreign films. So this is not a Full Moon original movie. This is a Italian film from the 70s, maybe 80s, I don't remember. 82. Anyways, Scorpion with Two Tails. I'm a sucker for Full Moon stuff, even though, like I said, this is not a Full Moon movie. They just re-released it. But I think it's cool that they do that. So, never seen it. Excited. Then we got a couple of Vinegar Syndrome releases. You know, I'm a sucker for Vinegar Syndrome stuff, as a lot of us are. This is one of their newer releases, newest, I think. Originally came out in 1988. Rabid Grannies. I saw this at one of my local stores, and I just grabbed it right away. Took a look at the front, took a look at the back. I'm like, yeah, oh yeah, I'm buying that. This is a Belgium. This is a Belgian film. As always, you get a reversible cover as with every Vinegar Syndrome release. Don't know anything about this other than what I read on the back. Can't wait to watch it. Another film that I've never heard of, originally from 1995. You got Robert Patrick here, you might know from Terminator 2. He played T-1000. He's a good actor. Last Gasp. Never heard of this, but it looks ominous. It was, the price was good. Figured it was something I'd want to see. Then we've got some standard DVD stuff. None of this that I've seen, so all stuff I'm excited to watch. Paul Naschy film, Exorcism. Saw that. You know, I know of Paul Naschy. I've seen some of his stuff. Had to have it. This came out through a company called Victory Films. I don't think I have anything from Victory Films. It is a nice DVD release. It's from 97. The movie originally came out in 74, but, you know, this is a really nice... I mean, for 97, this was top-notch product. Yeah, stoked for this. I'm sure it's a disaster and a blast simultaneously. And a classic, a goddamn Martin Scorsese classic that I've never seen, from 1973. I've always known about this. I love Scorsese stuff, at least from what I've seen. I'm a huge Goodfellas fan. Huge. One of my favorite films. So Mean Streets. Eli, what's wrong with you? I don't know. Trust me, I ask myself that all the time. Finally, I get to watch it. I've been in a big gangster mood since I've been watching the hell out of The Sopranos. Stoked for it. I've been really enjoying Peter Fonda films lately, as you might have noticed. So I had to get this 1969 classic, Easy Rider. Look at the cast: Peter Fonda, Dennis Hopper, Jack Nicholson. This is considered by many to be one of the greatest films of all time. I'm going to watch it soon. Then we've got a 1996 John Carpenter written, Tommy Lee Jones and Linda Hamilton acted, Black Moon Rising. Never heard of it. Can't wait to see it. It looks awesome. I'm sure it's not, but I don't know, man. I love Linda Hamilton. And a really beat-up copy, but I got it cheap, so don't worry. Really beat-up copy with handwriting all over it. This came from Hollywood Video back in the day. Ringu 2. I love Japanese films. I've never seen this. Directed by Hideo Nakata, same guy who directed the original Ringu, the first Ringu. So yeah, had to have this. I'll get a new case for it. I'll make it look nicer. And then from 1998, I believe this is the first of the series, Tomea. That's how it's pronounced. I looked it up. I have the sequel, and I already watched it. I actually reviewed it on here. Imagine me reviewing sequels before I've even seen the originals. Weird, right? So yeah, like I said, I think this is the first. Glad to have it either way. I think it's a cool series, man. It was a manga originally. I want to track down some of the manga because it looks crazy. I don't own any manga. Actually, I've never read any manga. Like I said, I'm a comic guy, but yeah, it looks awesome. Then a couple random things, no real order. about Schmidt, Jack Nicholson. I remember this coming out. I had no interest in seeing it at the time. I did not know, though, that it was directed by Alexander Payne, who I have since become a really big fan of. I love Sideways, and I loved The Holdovers, as you might know, so I've been trying to pick up the rest of his stuff. So I've heard this is great, and I can't wait to see it. I'm a huge Jack Nicholson fan, so, I mean, you can't go wrong, in my opinion. And one of my childhood favorites, I always pick up, when I see different versions of this movie, I pick them up. This one's a little nicer than the one that I have, that I bought previously, so Monty Python and the Holy Grail, one of the best comedies of all time, if not the best. Standard DVD, but it's a pretty nice, it's a nice edition, so glad to have it. Maybe I'm sure I'll pick it up on Blu-ray or something someday. And I grew up with Holy Grail. I didn't see Life of Brian until years later, and I gotta say, in my opinion, this might be better. This is so goddamn good. If you know me, you know I'm not a huge fan of religion, and I just love the way that this movie shits on religion. It's amazing. If you haven't seen it, this is one of the most brilliant comedies of all time, as is The Holy Grail. But this is, to me, man, like I said, it might be better. It's so fucking good. Then we've got some random stuff, some box sets, and some monster stuff here. Like, I'll start with the box sets. So I bought The Sopranos second season. These are the original box sets that came out back when the show was still airing. I have since seen a set of all the seasons, Blu-ray, I think for $60. I didn't know it existed until recently, so I'm going to stop buying these, and I'm just going to buy that full set. So I'm not going to have any use for, I have season 1 and 2. If any of you guys would like them, let me know. I might just give them to my son, but he'd probably never watch them. Anyways, yeah, I'm loving watching this show. If you don't know, I only recently got into it, so I've only seen through the second season, but it's blowing my mind. Hopefully Chris and I can get back to our podcast, our weekly Sunday Sopranos podcast. He's been busy, and yeah, we've fallen behind, but I hope we get back to that. So I watched the Kill Bill movies recently. It really, really got me in the mood to watch something I haven't seen since I was a little kid, which is the Kung Fu series with David Carradine. I love David Carradine. I haven't seen this show since I was a little kid, and I'm really stoked to rewatch it. Hopefully it holds up. I don't know. I haven't seen it for fucking 25 years probably. Just an old set. Doesn't matter. Just wanted to watch it. Yeah, we'll see how it holds up. So for a long time, I've been kind of fascinated with, though I haven't seen very many of his films, the Studio Ghibli films, and I found this really cool set. I got it pretty cheap at a thrift store. I think it's probably missing a slipcase, because you don't usually get sets like that. So it's probably missing a slipcase, I imagine. I haven't looked it up online. I also imagine this was probably pretty expensive. So for what I paid for it, I'll deal with a missing slipcase. It still looks pretty nice. As to what it has, I don't know, because it's all in Japanese. You might know. Some of you guys might be fans of some of this stuff. Like, I recognize some of it, but I couldn't tell you. I'll just show you what it looks like. And I think it's cool that it's all in Japanese. I think that's amazing. This disc keeps falling out, which I better do something about, because it's going to get scratched. But look, I mean, this is really nice. Really, really nice. So I watched Boy and the Heron recently. I can't remember when I saw it. I saw it in theater, so within a month or two ago. I thought it was amazing, and I've seen Spirited Away, and I've been wanting to get into more of the Studio Ghibli stuff. So this was awesome. I'm so happy to have this. Another thing I've been meaning to get for a while. These came out a couple years back. They probably came out on Blu-ray too, but this is just DVD. Bela Lugosi Dracula, the Legacy Collection. They put one of these out for all the Universal monsters. They're nice. They're really nice. Pretty reasonably priced from what I remember. I picked this up. I think I got this at a thrift store. Yeah, got it at a thrift store, so I got it really cheap. So what does it have on there? I assume it has all the Universal Dracula stuff. It's got Dracula from 1931. It's got The Road to Dracula, a documentary. What else does it have? Dracula, the Spanish version from 1931. That'd be cool to watch. I've heard the Spanish Dracula's awesome. So that's cool. That's cool because the Spanish version. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. I thought the Spanish version was not with Bela Lugosi. I thought someone else played him. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm not an expert on the Universal monster stuff. If you know me pretty well, I've just kind of been getting into it lately. You also got Dracula's Daughter from 1936. And then you got Son of Dracula and House of Dracula. So I assume that's all the Universal Dracula stuff. I don't see why they would have left some off, but yeah, happy to have it. Awesome. And keeping up with the monster trend, I had to get this because I've been in such a Godzilla mood lately. I saw this back when it came out. 2014 Gareth Edwards Godzilla. This movie did not blow me away, but that's okay. I've been meaning to rewatch it, and that's what I'll be doing. I'm really happy that Gareth Edwards got to direct this because I think he had only done one film prior to this, which I'm a big fan of. It's not perfect, but I think it's awesome in its own right. It's right here, Monsters. I've owned it for a while, but this is a better version. I bought it really cheap. There's a Blu-ray version of this, which is what I would seek out, but I found this for a couple of bucks. So this is from 2009. Again, I already had the movie, but this is a 2-disc special edition that I didn't have. So I wanted to watch it and see what's on the bonus disc. Because, like I said, I was a big fan of this movie. It's flawed, but it's underrated. Picked this up at Big Lots just because it looked cool. It probably is awful. A Werewolf in England, $3. Hopefully it's watchable. Inspired by dog soldiers. That's cool. Even the back doesn't look bad from what you can see. This came out in 2020. Anyone heard of this? I've never heard of it. Directed by Charlie Steeds. Written, produced, and directed by Charlie Steeds. I want to say that name actually does sound familiar. I'm going to have to look up old Charlie here and see what else he's done. Keeping with the werewolf theme, I guess, for 2 movies anyways. The Howling Reborn. Never even heard of this. I love the original Howling. It is probably my favorite werewolf movie. Directed by Joe Nimziki. Came out in 2011. Oh man, there's no way this can be good. It was a Starz original, it looks like. I don't know, maybe it's okay. From what I've heard and seen, none of the Howling sequels are any good. I own the 3rd Howling movie. It sucks. I've heard the 2nd one sucks. We'll see about this one. Then I've got, this just looked really cool to me. I had never heard of it. It's from 1998, The Last Broadcast. I looked it up. Looked like it was really cool. I've read some really good reviews. And this really cool set that it came in. I couldn't pass it down. Nice, really nice booklet. This is a found footage film. Don't know too much about it, but I'm really excited to watch it. And last but certainly not least, a stack of stuff sent to me from my buddy Scott from the No Solution channel. Check him out. He does some movie stuff, mostly music though, but you might like it anyway. It's good. So I'm only showing the movie stuff, not the music. He also sent me some CDs, but I'll save those for another video. He sent me this copy of Freaky that he got from his local library, which I reviewed and I really liked. Catherine Newton, Vince Vaughn, nice slasher throwback horror comedy. Definitely recommend it. I already have this, but that's okay, because I'm going to be sending this to a buddy, probably my buddy Dave. Phantasm 2. The Grey with Liam Neeson. Haven't seen this, so I'll be giving that a watch. This is from, yeah. Another one that I already own. That's all right. Sending it to my buddy Dave. Wolf Cop. I've been wanting to watch it, though. I have Wolf Cop 1 and 2 in my collection. Haven't seen either one of them. A nice reversible cover there. I've seen the trailer. It looks like a lot of fun. Hopefully it is. Blu-ray copy of Insidious. Still sealed. I have owned Insidious since it came out, but this will be an upgrade for me. I didn't have the Blu-ray, so good call on that, Scott. And the coolest of all here, this might just be standard DVD, but again, I don't really care. This is a really, really nice version of Sin City. I don't own Sin City. I like this movie a lot. I saw it in the theater when it came out and loved it. This is just a really cool version. Comes with a comic book. In case you didn't know, Sin City was a comic book originally before the movie, written by the mighty Frank Miller, one of the best writers in comic history. So tons of bonus stuff, as you can see. Huge comic, by the way. It's like it's a graphic novel. It's just like a shrunken down version. This is exactly what the graphic novel looks like if you were to go to buy it at a comic shop or whatever. It would just be bigger. But yeah, I have not read. I love Frank Miller, but I've never read the Sin City graphic novel. There's a bunch of them, and I haven't read any of them. So this is badass. Anyways, that's it. I managed to get through a month and a half, 2 months worth of DVDs there. Like I said, you can. I think I'm gonna start doing a monthly DVD video. DVD, Blu-ray, whatever. A monthly movie video, and I'll just show everything that I bought in the previous month. And I think that'll be a lot of fun. So talk to me about this stuff. Are you a fan of any of this? Did I show any of your favorites? Maybe some stuff you don't like at all. Let's talk about it. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a good day. We'll talk soon. Cheers.